Hi everyone, it's Vicki from Minerva and I have something really exciting to share with you today. So we have teamed up with Tammy Handmade, who you may know already, who is an indie pattern designer, a sewing influencer, a soon-to-be author, and she has designed an amazing collection of fabrics that are available now at Minerva. So we've been working with her for over a year on this collection now, and she has just designed, she has an illustration background, so she's designed some amazing prints. They're very fun, modern, bold, bright, colourful, and they're perfect for spring and summer makes. So we're launching them at the perfect time for you to be able to plan some gorgeous sewing projects with them. So the collection includes 10 different prints. And each of those prints are available on 3 of our Minerva Exclusive base cloths. So we have our Ecovero Viscose Chalet, we have our organic crisp cotton poplin, and we have our charmeuse silky satin. So in this video, I'm going to first of all, I'm going to show you the 10 designs, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the 3 different base cloths that all of those 10 prints are available on. And then I've also picked out some of Tammy's indie sewing patterns that I think will be wonderful for working with each of the 3 different base cloths. So I've got a couple of picks for each, just to give you some inspiration on the sorts of things you could make from Tammy's pattern collection. You know, if you haven't discovered that yet, do check them out, because she designed some absolutely gorgeous sewing patterns, as well as now gorgeous fabrics. So let's get stuck in. So the first design, which is definitely one of my favourites, this one is called Doodled Daisy, and it's an absolutely gorgeous floral print design, and the colours just absolutely sing on this fabric, don't they? Just pop absolutely beautifully. So we've got this sort of like candy pink background with this orangey red floral, and it's, as you can see, you know, it's just very modern, fresh, bright, colourful, very fun sort of design. And this one I'm showing you here is actually on our viscose chalet base cloth, and you can see, hopefully that comes across on camera, just how beautifully soft and drapey that fabric is. It's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's design number 1, and that's the Doodled Daisy maxi print. Now then we also have the same design, but we're playing with scale here. We've done that a lot in this, across the collection of 10 prints. So this one is the Doodled Daisy print, which is the smaller scale version, and you can see in a different colourway. So this one has a much paler pink in the background, and then that same sort of orangey red tone comes through in the flowers, but it's just a smaller scale version as well. So yeah, like I said, we've really played with scale and you know, using that same print, but it comes across very different, you know, with that different scale print, and obviously different colours as well. Now this base cloth I'm showing it you on, this is our crisp organic cotton poplin. So you can see this doesn't have anywhere near the kind of drape of the last fabric. It's crisp, got some structure, and you know, for certain types of garment, you know, if you were making something with a puff sleeve or a gathered skirt or anything with a little bit of structure or shape that you really want to hold, this will be absolutely lovely for it, and very nice and easy to sew, this base cloth as well. So that's print number 2. The next design we've got is called Hopeful Hearts, another one of my favourites, although they're probably all my favourites because I think they're all so gorgeous. So this is the Hopeful Hearts maxi print. So this is the larger scale version, and isn't that absolutely beautiful? So it has, again, this orangey red colour in the background, and then the pink hearts scattered over the surface. If I just hold that out still, you'll hopefully be able to see the details of that print. So this is the larger scale version of the Hopeful Hearts print, and this particular base cloth, this is the 3rd option, and this is our silky charmeuse satin fabric. So it has a very like sort of soft satiny appearance, so it has a little bit of shimmer and shine, but it's all about the drape again with this fabric and the fluidity. I mean, it just moves absolutely incredibly. It's so billowy and fluid and drapey, and it just feels so silky gorgeous on your skin. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's the 3rd print. Then we have the Hopeful Hearts in a different colourway and a different scale again. So this is the Hopeful Hearts print in the orangey colourway. So this, we spent a lot of time perfecting the orange on this print, and it's a very bright orange, but then it has this yellowy sort of print in the little hearts that just gives it it almost feels like a sunrise or sunset. You know, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Very kind of warm colour palette. Like I said, I think they're all just perfect for spring and summer makes. And this one again is on the crisp organic cotton poplin that I'm sharing with you here. But like I mentioned earlier, all of the prints are available on all 3 base cloths. So whichever your personal preferences, whatever type of fabric you want, you can get all 3 base cloths on all of the 10 prints. Now then, the next print I've got, so this one is called Charming Checks. Now this is the only print actually in the collection where both colourways are in the same scale. And we did that purposely because we thought, well, I just imagined this, and I think Tammy was the same, imagining both colourways maybe being used in the same garment. And yeah, I just think that would be so extra, so special. Yeah, I love that idea. So this is the pink colourway, and as you can see, it's a check come almost like a take on a gingham, but a very different kind of gingham. And what's really special with this one is the way Tammy's designed it is the edges of the checks are a little bit wavy, so it just gives it, I don't know, just a little bit of something extra. You know, it's not just a plain, straight, normal kind of check. You know, it's got her, you know, it's got something a little bit different about it. And yeah, I love the pink colourway. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. This one's, the sample I've got here is on our Ecovero Viscose Chalet. And then the next colourway we've got, which is the blue colourway. So this sample I'm showing you is on the organic cotton poplin. And this, like I said, this is the blue colourway. You can see it's a blue and pink check. Isn't that colour just absolutely fabulous? And yeah, maybe you're like me and you could imagine both of those being used together somehow in the one garment. I think that would be so amazing. So yeah, that's the check designs. Then next of all, so this print is called Doodle Dreams. So the larger scale print, so the Doodle Dreams Maxi, this one we have in that fab colourway again, very similar to the check. So it's got that really beautiful, almost like a cornflower blue in the background, and then the pink in those kind of splodges and shapes all over the surface. Absolutely gorgeous print. I just love that pink and blue colour combination. I think it's so fresh and spring and summery, and you know, just I don't think you'd be able to help yourself but smile if you pulled out a garment from your wardrobe in a morning to wear, and it would set you up for the day wearing this. So yeah, that's the maxi scale version in the blue and pink colourway. And this one, again, the sample I'm sharing with you, that's on our Viscose Chalet. And then the smaller scale version in this one, so we're introducing another colour into the collection here, and this is a beautiful, very rich, deep, vivid kind of purpley colour with a lighter shade of purple on in the little motifs. So it's the same design, but like I say, a different scale, and I think the colour palette on this one just changes it so much. It feels a very different fabric to the other, even though it's the same print. But yeah, I just love the colour of this one. I think this one is printed here on our silky satin charmeuse fabric, and to me I think that will make some amazing like lingerie or like a dressing gown type robe or something. So many things you could make in them. But yeah, I just think it's got a very elegant, sophisticated kind of feel, that one. And then the last print I've got, so this one is called Swirling Sunburst. Now the first one I'm going to show you here, so this again is the maxi scale version, and this is just, oh, it's absolutely amazing. So you can see why that's called a swirling sunburst, and look at the scale of that print. Isn't that just fabulous? It's definitely a statement kind of fabric. I think you could easily make something very simple in this and the fabric would do all the talking. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So again, we're seeing this fiery kind of orange with this lighter orange come yellowy colour, very similar to the Charming Hearts print earlier, sorry, the Hopeful Hearts print earlier. It's that same colour palette, and yeah, it's just absolutely stunning, very warm colours in this. So yeah, and this sample here is printed on our silky satin charmeuse, and again you can see just how soft and fluid and drapey that is. It's beautiful. And then that same design, but in the smaller scale version. So this is in the plummy, purpley, pinky kind of colourway. So you can see the scale on this one is much smaller. And again, it gives it a very different feel. I think the colour gives it a very different feel as well. This one's maybe a little bit more moody, but still, you know, a vibrant, rich colour. Yeah, and we're seeing again this purple, so a slightly lighter, more pinky purple than the last one. And then the actual motifs, the sunburst motifs, are in a fuchsia kind of pink. Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. And this particular sample that I'm holding out here, this is on our Eco Vero viscose challis. So you can see that soft, beautiful drape on that one. So like I mentioned, you've got 3 different base cloths to choose from, and all the temperates are available on all 3 base cloths. So you've in effect 30 different fabrics to choose from. So let's talk about the crisp organic cotton poplin first, so this one here. So it's 100% cotton, light to medium weight, and it does have a crispness to this fabric, a crispness and a structure. So you can see there, if I kind of gather that up, you can see how it's, you know, it's not very soft and drapey like the others. It'll hold a pleat beautifully. Yeah, and it just has that, you know, more structure, like what you would expect from a cotton poplin. So this type of fabric is fabulous for making things like shirts, shirt dresses, little summer tops. Like a wrap skirt would be lovely. Pyjamas would be amazing. Lots and lots of things you can make with cotton poplin. It's definitely the easiest of the 3 fabrics to sew. So if you're a beginner to sewing, or you just want, you know, a nice easy fabric to sew, then I'd definitely recommend the cotton poplin. And yeah, it's with it being 100% cotton, it's beautifully breathable, perfect to wear in the summer heat. Yeah, and just an all-round, yeah, lovely fabric, beautiful quality. Yeah, made from natural fibres there. The next one we'll have a look at, so this is our charmeuse silky satin. So this is a light to medium weight satin, and a charmeuse satin has a very, very soft, fluid drape. So, I mean, you can see when I'm holding that, it's just unbelievably slinky and silky. It does make it a little bit of a trickier fabric to sew, I won't lie, but the results are absolutely worth it. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous fabric, and it feels beautiful against your skin because it's so soft and silky. And yeah, you just get a fluidity and a slight sort of shimmer with this fabric. It's not a very shiny satin, but it does have a satin shimmery finish, which makes it very different to the other 2 fabrics in the collection. And things you can make with this, so it is maybe ever so slightly sheer. I mean, ever so slight. I mean, I'm holding it like that and I can't see through it at all, but maybe if you're holding it up and you know, with lights coming through, maybe ever so slightly. So the things you could make with this, you know, tops, skirts, dresses, lingerie would be lovely, nightwear, a dressing gown kind of robe, a robe kind of loose sort of jacket, you know, with big flowing sleeves, something like something with gathers or ruffles, anything like that, because those, you know, they're going to hang absolutely beautifully. But yeah, so many things you can make with that fabric. And then the last of the 3, so the Eco Vero viscose challis. So this is one of our most popular base cloths here at Minerva. I don't think we could not include it in the collection, really. It's made from 100% Lenzing Eco Vero viscose fibre, which is a more sustainable viscose fibre in its production. It's beautifully soft. With it being viscose, it's breathable, so perfect to wear in the summer months. It's not see-through, you know, you don't need to worry about lining it or anything. And again, like the charmeuse silky satin, its main feature really is its softness and its drape and its fluidity and just how it hangs. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you could make tops, blouses, skirts, dresses, jumpsuits, like wide leg summery trousers, all sorts from Viscose Chalet. I think all the 3 base cloths we've chosen are actually all very versatile fabrics. So there's lots and lots of things that you can make with them. So, as I mentioned earlier, Tammy is actually an indie pattern designer, and she has a collection, a whole collection now of gorgeous patterns that are available as PDF digital patterns. We'll put links to everything as normal below, including the patterns. And I've actually just picked out a couple of her patterns that I thought would be nice, sort of, nice just as inspiration for you, to give you ideas on, the sort of styles that will really suit these 3 base cloths. And I know that, as Tammy was designing this collection, she very much had her own patterns in mind, and was kind of thinking, when choosing the base cloth and designing the prints, what would really suit her pattern range. So first of all, for the Viscose Chalet, so I've picked out the Rhea dress. So this is like a V-neck, a gathered waist with a ruffle hem dress. Gorgeous for spring and summer, and yeah, I think that would be perfect in the Viscose Chalet because that gathered waist and those ruffles are going to hang beautifully in the viscose. And then the other pattern I picked was the Amelia skirt, which is a maxi skirt with gathered tiers. So again, those gathers and just how that skirt will swish and waft as you walk, I think it will just be absolutely gorgeous in the Viscose Chalet. Then the cotton poplin, so I've chose the Raj dress, and that's a very easy to sew slip-on kind of dress. And I just thought with that being, an easier to sew fabric, if you are a beginner, that could be the perfect pattern to team with it as well. And then I've also, for something just a little bit different, I've chose her Ava tote bag. So if you're a bag maker and you want to have a try with these fabrics, then the Ava is a boxy bottom kind of bag, and it actually uses less than a metre of fabric. So yeah, you could make a bag, from very little, even just maybe, left over from another project. If you were making a dress and you wanted a bag to match, how cool would that be? So yeah, that I thought that was just something a little bit different. And then for the charmeuse silky satin, I chose the Jessica dress, and that is a cowl neckline slip kind of dress. It's quite simple in its design, but you really want a fabric that has, fabulous soft drape for that cowl neckline. And I really think the charmeuse silky satin suits that. It will drape beautifully, and that slight shimmer finish just, I think would just elevate that pattern and make it something really special. And then I've also chose for something quite simple, with this being a little bit more of a tricky fabric to sew, I thought a simple pattern would be a good pick. So I've chose the Anita camisole, and it's a relaxed scoop neckline camisole that's finished with French seams inside for a very beautiful professional finish on the insides. But yeah, I thought that would be a really nice simple project in the charmeuse, and again won't take much fabric at all. So I think that's everything I wanted to share with you. We really hope you love these fabrics just as much as we do, and they've absolutely been a labour of love from Tammy. I know she's poured everything into creating this amazing fabric collection, and yeah, we just hope you guys love it as much as we do. It's been an absolute joy to work with Tammy on this, and to see the final collection now, we're very, very proud of it here at Minerva. So as always in these videos, we'll tag everything that we've mentioned below the video. So all the fabrics will be tagged below the video on Minerva, and we'll also put links to the patterns from Tammy as well. You'll be able to find all that information below the video. And just to mention here at Minerva, we do offer super fast, free, worldwide delivery. So wherever you're watching us from, we can send, these gorgeous fabrics out to you. We do offer a full sample service on any of our fabrics as well. So if you want to, maybe handle the 3 different types of fabrics or just see any of them in the flesh before you commit, that's no problem at all. We do sell all our fabrics in increments as well. So you only need to buy the exact amount you need at Minerva, so there's no wastage there as well. And we do offer a thread match on all the fabrics as well, just to take the ease out of getting a matching thread. If you are a Minerva Craft Club member, then you will be able to save 10% on all these fabrics, as well as everything else on our website. If you're not already a member, we'll put a link to that below, so do check that out if you're interested. And yeah, thank you so much for for taking a look at the new fabric collab range with us. On the Minerva website today, we have got loads of maker inspiration from some of the wonderful brand ambassadors here at Minerva who have been so excited to sew up these fabrics. And yeah, we've got such a wealth of all different types of styles, you know, yeah, on all three base cloths, and there's just so much variety of different things that have been made. So do check them out on the homepage on Minerva, on the Explore view. They're all sharing their makes on there today, and yeah, it's just so much inspiration and, you know, even more ideas on the sorts of things you can make with these gorgeous fabrics. So thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you love the fabrics as much as we do. Do let us know in the comments below which is your favourite print and what you'd love to make with it. And I'll be back again soon with another video filled with sewing and fabric goodness.